Hi everyone and welcome to AltVR. At this YouTube channel we are showing you alternative and experimental applications in virtual reality. So this may be things like art, storytelling, or really applications that are trying to push the boundaries of what is capable in VR. And in this episode we will take a look at Zen Universe. Now, Zen Universe is being released today at Steam and is seems to want to be a common application for a variety of VR experiences, but that have in common that they are created by photogrammetry, which is a really interesting way of getting photorealism into VR. So I've divided this into because there's now currently two experiences in the early access release to Zen Universe. So I've already uploaded a video on where we are being shown Olympus of the gods, and in this video we will instead be shown the Belogradchik fortress, which is a really interesting and old structure built around some very famous and interesting rocks. So it's called the Tale of the Rocks. And in this experience, we are being shown the various ways that this has been used up in history, like the Ottoman Empire and the Roman Empire, and various ways and myths that have been had around the specific rock structure. So I'm not going to show you absolutely everything in this experience because it would be quite long, but I'm going to show you especially the most aesthetic um, version of it, the really spectacular views and some of the storytelling elements in the experience. So yeah, let's check it out.
Ascending the millennia-old steps cut in the stone takes us to the highest point in the Belogradchik fortress. The uppermost plateau has seen both natural and human influence. From this height, one gets a staggering view of the rock formations. The Belogradchik rock strip is around 30 kilometers long and approximately 3 kilometers wide, spanning a surface of over 12,000 acres. Some of the formations are as high as 200 meters. Human imagination saw shapes in the rocks and gave them names like the horseman, the Madonna, the lion, the bear, and many others. These rocks started forming roughly 230 million years ago. At that time, this whole region was submerged underwater. As land emerged, dinosaurs made their first hesitant steps on dry land. Wind, water, heat. Once upon a time, a beautiful girl named Valentina lived near the Belogradchik rocks. She was a nun from a nearby convent, but her beauty was legendary. Whoever laid eyes on her instantly fell in love. The Roman patrician Antonius learned of this, so he decided to pay the nunnery a visit. As he was passing by on his horse, he chanced upon Valentina picking flowers. As soon as their eyes met, they both knew it was love. Soon, the two started meeting. The nunnery's mother superior learned of this transgression and locked Valentina in her cell. Antonius kept trying to see her, but in vain. As days passed by, the young nun stopped talking and seemed to have fallen ill. The mother superior feared the worst, but then one day she heard the most unimaginable thing from Valentina's cell: a baby's cry. The old abbess was in shock. One of her nuns, having the child of a Roman patrician? Shock turned to fury. Everyone gathered to banish Valentina along with her newborn. In a fit of anger, the Mother Superior raised a whip to strike her former sister, as the others watched impassively. In that instant, storm clouds gathered in the sky. Thunder rolled on the hills, and savage winds howled. The Lord had seen a holy woman raising a hand to strike a mother and her infant, a nun breaking her vow of chastity, a Roman seducing a child of God. With a strike of lightning, he made his rage manifest. The motionless nuns turned into silent statues, as did Valentina and her babe, and the patrician who was riding to her. Since that day, the stone figures of the Madonna shielding her child, the monks, and the horsemen stand watch at Belogradchik, a symbol of God's indiscriminate wrath towards all sinners. Rebel Velko is the only historical figure present in the Belogradchik rocks. He fought to liberate Bulgarian lands from the Ottomans, and his life has inspired many stories throughout the centuries. Originally, Velko was a shepherd who suffered under Ottoman oppression, along with his compatriots. Soon he'd had enough, so he left his home to join a band of rebels. Together, they raided multiple Ottoman convoys and garrisons. Velko's bravery did not go unnoticed, and his men gave him the title of war leader, or voivoda. He was such a great fighter that people soon started telling stories of his skill, calling him immortal. The locals loved him and often helped him evade capture. Soon, the rebel army grew powerful enough to consider liberating the region. Velko called to the Serbian kingdom for support, but was betrayed. Promised troops didn't arrive. When the battle came, the voivoda didn't back down. Even though he was largely outnumbered, he stood his ground, refusing to yield the land of his ancestors. The Ottomans actually believed the stories about Velko's immortality and didn't dare face him in combat. Instead, they fashioned a cannonball made of pure silver, thinking only that could kill him. On the third day of battle, the cannoneer finally managed to strike the Bulgarian rebel. The troops rushed in to retrieve his body so they could impale his head on a pike as an example. Velko's comrades were faster. They took him away and buried him in a secret place. It is said the next day a new shape emerged on the Belogradchik rocks. The face of rebel Velko was immortalized in the stone. His gaze struck great terror in the hearts of the Ottomans. He watches on to this very day, an immovable testament to those who never surrender when defending their country. In the beginning of time, the eagles ruled as kings of all animals from the Belogradchik rocks. They nested on the highest place of all, and nothing escaped their gaze. As humans started settling in the region, a Thracian tribe built a citadel among the rocks. They worshipped the eagles and always had their blessing. Eagle feathers adorned the hunter's arrows, which never missed. But the Thracians got greedy. Instead of humbly accepting the eagle's gift, they started hunting and killing them for their feathers. The tribe's shaman warned the hunters time and again that harming these holy creatures could bring misfortune, but no one listened. Then one of the hunters had a dream. A voice warned him not to kill the eagles, or disaster awaited him and the tribe. Brushing it off as just a dream, the young man left to hunt with his brother. He saw a pair of eagles perched on a rock and aimed his bow at them. But the moment he released the arrow, it magically turned back and pierced his chest. With his dying breath, the hunter confessed about the dream and implored his brother to protect the eagles. When he learned of this, the shaman appealed to the tribe once again. He urged them to pray to the eagles for mercy, lest all arrows turn against them. For 3 full days they prayed. At the dawn of the 4th day, an eagle flew down from the nest, placed a feather in the shaman's hand, and flew away. Rejoiced, the tribe saw this as a good sign. And indeed, no arrow ever turned against a hunter again. But the feather also meant farewell. The eagles left these lands. Since then, there are no eagles near Belogradchik. Only their old nesting place remains, still bearing the name Eagle's Rock, in memory of humanity's greed and betrayal.
Alright, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's available at Steam, including this and the other experience which I've also covered, Olympus of the Gods, which you can find by clicking my channel name. It's both available at Steam. This is early access, so they've discounted it to 50%. Not everything is super polished, but it's really cool nevertheless, in my opinion. And yeah. You can check it out there. I'm not sure what it is priced, so I can't really comment on that, but it should be available at least now when you are seeing this video. If you enjoyed this video or our content in general, please subscribe to the channel. This would help the channel to grow and we can release more videos like this. So thank you.